We visited Joshua Tree National Park at the beginning of April of 2025, and we camped at the Cottonwood campground, which is accessible from the south entrance of Joshua Tree. You can get to it from anywhere, but the closest entrance is the south entrance. When we first got there, I think what we noticed right away, and it's not as if we haven't driven in this area before, but never through the park, was that, it was desert. It was real desert. It was brown, but it was very peaceful. It was very quiet. We started our trip. We popped into the visitor center there to get our annual pass for the national parks, and got our passport booklet as well. Cottonwood's campground is right there, 2-minute drive. And the thing I noticed about Cottonwood is that the campsites are quite large, and you definitely could fit like 2 decent sized tents on one campsite and still have room to grow there. So we really did enjoy that. I'd say the only downside to Cottonwood is that you are among RVs, and if you are a tent camper, being surrounded by RVs it can be a little bit noisy, especially in the national parks when they are parked in non-electrical outlet and are running generators. And so that would probably be my only downside to Cottonwood. And what would maybe have me choose a different campsite here would be somewhere where it was all tent camping. But otherwise, we had a really great time at Cottonwood. We drove the entire park from Cottonwood to almost to the west entrance of Joshua Tree, which was closed when we were there. We started off our day at Cap Rock, and we spent a lot of time here at Cap Rock. It was really beautiful. Great signage for the vegetation that was there. We really did enjoy it. It was nice. They had picnic tables. We were able to sit down and we ate our breakfast and kind of mapped out what we were going to do for the day. And after Cap Rock, we headed over to the Wall Street Mill hike, which is a fantastic hike. There's no shade whatsoever. There's nowhere to really take cover. So you definitely want to make sure you're doing this in the shoulder seasons and not during the summer for obvious reasons. You should always be carrying like a gallon of water on you, as it does take a toll. Now, this is a relatively flat trail, but it does lead back to the historic Wall Street Mill. So the next day, we stayed at the campsite and took a hike at a nearby trail called the Mastodon Peak Trail. And I would say that was definitely a moderate hike, as there's a climb, about a 350-foot climb in elevation. It's a rocky terrain, but it was absolutely worth it. We got to the top there, and the views were magnificent. All in all, we absolutely loved our time at Joshua Tree. I think that if we had any tips or tricks, again, if you're car camping, look for a car camping specific site, as well as a back-in. We were not in a back-in site. We really wish we had been. Otherwise, you have to park alongside the street, which for us, we didn't love because we were sleeping in our car. We'd also bring a sunshade or some sort of tent to go over your picnic area, somewhere where you can sit in the shade. There is no shade for you. So you want to definitely bring something along where you can sit underneath that and get some relief from that sun. As soon as you're in the shade, it's fine, but I would definitely bring one of those. Day cooler, I think, is another one we didn't really think to bring. And we do have a backpack day cooler. I don't know why we didn't bring it, but a day cooler as well as a fan. These are things we just forgot. We just didn't have a little fan for in the car. So that was our trip to Joshua Tree National Park, and hopefully you will join us on our next adventure over to Death Valley National Park. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to get notifications of our new camping adventures. Remember, love your journey. It's the only one you've got.